In the frozen vacuum of space, 47 billion light-years from Earth, the impossible is staring back at us. The James Webb Space Telescope has penetrated deeper into the cosmic abyss than any instrument ever constructed. And what it found rewrites everything we thought we knew about existence itself. Signals from civilizations that shouldn't be there, dimensions folding in on themselves, and evidence that something ancient is watching us. If you're ready to question reality itself, because what I'm about to reveal will change your understanding of the universe forever, prepare yourself. We begin. Something is calling to us from the edge of forever. For months, the James Webb team monitored an anomaly their instruments kept detecting in the NGC 6302 nebula region, a rhythmic pulse of infrared radiation occurring at perfectly regular intervals, every 7.3 seconds, without variation, without explanation. The pattern was so precise, so deliberate, that it could only mean one thing. Intelligence was reaching out across the cosmic void. Dr. Sarah Chen, the astrophysicist who first identified the signal, described it as intentional.
It's not random.
This wasn't random cosmic noise or stellar fluctuation. This was a message or a warning. The signal's frequency matched no known astronomical phenomenon. It didn't align with pulsars, magnetars, or any natural source of radiation. When Webb's spectroscopic analysis broke down the signal's composition, researchers found something that shouldn't exist. Organized patterns of heavy elements arranged in mathematical sequences. Someone, somewhere, had encoded information into the structure of space itself. What made this discovery truly disturbing was the signal's longevity. Analysis of archival data suggested this pulse had been broadcasting continuously for at least 3 million years. 3 million years of calling into the darkness. 3 million years with no answer. Until now.
The team attempted to triangulate the signal's origin point, but the mathematics didn't work. The signal appeared to originate from multiple locations simultaneously, as if it were being transmitted through a medium that transcended ordinary three-dimensional space. The radiation seemed to tunnel through higher dimensional pathways, creating a cosmic network invisible to conventional observation. When researchers tried to map the signal's distribution across the galaxy, they found something worse. Secondary signals began appearing in other regions of space. Similar patterns, similar frequencies, similar mathematical precision. The NGC 6302 signal wasn't alone. It was part of a vast network of transmissions spanning the entire Milky Way. Someone or something had been broadcasting across our entire galaxy for millions of years. Webb's pattern recognition algorithms identified at least 847 distinct signal sources throughout the local universe, each broadcasting according to its own specific timing sequence, yet all interconnected through mathematical relationships that suggested a unified intelligence orchestrating the cosmic symphony. The most terrifying discovery came when astronomers realized that these signals were responding to one another. The timing patterns weren't random. They were conversations, exchanges between entities separated by light years, communicating through means we don't understand, existing in dimensions we can't perceive. Dr. Chen and her team worked frantically to decode even a fragment of the message, but every attempt met with failure. The mathematics was alien, the logic patterns inverted from human reasoning. Whatever intelligence had created these signals operated according to principles that seemed deliberately designed to resist comprehension. Then, without warning, the signals changed. All 847 sources simultaneously shifted their transmission frequency. The perfectly regular intervals became erratic. The mathematical patterns transformed into something new, and for the first time, the observatory picked up a signal emanating from inside our solar system, a response. The universe had replied to something humans had done without any deliberate action on our part.
We are not alone. We never have been. Hidden within the rings of Saturn, concealed beneath Jupiter's cloud layers, and drifting silently through the Oort cloud at the edge of our solar system, James Webb discovered evidence of structures that cannot be explained by any natural process. Massive geometric constructions orbiting in patterns too precise to be coincidental. Archaeological evidence that something ancient has been watching us since long before humanity evolved. The first discovery came when Webb's deep infrared imaging revealed unusual heat signatures emanating from within Saturn's outer rings. Structures that appeared to be generating their own thermal energy through mechanisms that didn't conform to known physics. When the observatory focused its complete sensor array on the region, the image became unmistakable. A massive, rotating construct, geometric and precise, with dimensions that dwarfed Earth's moon. The object was partially embedded within Saturn's ring system, as if it had been positioned there deliberately at some point in the distant past. Its surface reflected no light, absorbing infrared radiation in patterns that suggested active camouflage technology operating at a scale beyond our technological comprehension. Further investigation revealed that this wasn't an isolated artifact. Similar structures were discovered orbiting all of the gas giants in our solar system, each positioned at precise mathematical intervals, each generating the same signature thermal patterns, each oriented toward Earth at perfect geometric angles. If these structures had been placed intentionally, it meant their builders had visited our solar system and conducted some form of surveillance operation. They had studied us, cataloged us, and chosen to remain hidden. deep analysis of the structure's composition revealed materials that don't exist naturally in our solar system. Elements and alloys that shouldn't be stable under any known conditions. Whatever had constructed these watchers possessed materials technology centuries or millennia beyond our own. The most disturbing discovery came when Webb detected subtle signals being transmitted from each structure, all coordinating with the mysterious broadcasts from across the galaxy. The structures weren't just ancient ruins or abandoned relics. They were active. They were communicating. They were conducting real-time observations of Earth. Webb's team realized that someone or something had been studying humanity for an incalculable length of time. They had watched our species evolve from scattered tribes to modern civilization. They had observed our wars, our achievements, our failures. They had documented every significant moment in human history. And they had been waiting for something. Waiting for humanity to reach a certain threshold of development. Dr. Marcus Okafor, the lead planetary scientist on the team, provided a chilling assessment. Whatever has been monitoring us, they've been patient. And patience that spans millennia suggests they're thinking in timescales that make our civilization look like a momentary flicker. Whatever they've been waiting for, they might be waiting for it now. The structure's sensor arrays were analyzed and found to be far more sophisticated than anything humanity had developed. They could apparently detect individual human thoughts, monitor neural activity across the planet, and track the development of human consciousness on a global scale. The Watchers had turned our entire civilization into a laboratory, and we were the specimens. When researchers attempted to access the structure's data archives, they discovered something worse than silence. The structures contained records, historical documentation of countless civilizations across the galaxy, each reaching a similar technological threshold, each being studied by the same Watchers, each meeting an unknown fate. The cosmos is a cemetery, and the evidence is everywhere. James Webb's surveys of distant regions of space revealed something that previous telescopes had missed. Patterns of debris scattered across thousands of star systems, remnants of megastructures, fragments of artificial constructions spanning light years. And in every case, the sites showed evidence of sudden, catastrophic destruction. What Webb uncovered was a galactic graveyard containing the remains of at least 10,000 advanced civilizations, each having reached a technological pinnacle and each having been systematically dismantled. The destructions followed a pattern. Each civilization seemed to have developed to a specific technological level before suddenly being erased. No gradual decline, no evolutionary regression, complete annihilation. Planets left as molten slag,
Stars destabilized and turned into unstable variables. Entire stellar systems rendered uninhabitable through processes that defied explanation. The timeline was the most disturbing aspect. These civilizations had been destroyed at regular intervals, roughly one every 50,000 years, stretching back for hundreds of millions of years. Someone or something was conducting a systematic harvest, culling civilizations at the moment they reached a critical evolutionary threshold. When astronomers examined the destruction patterns more closely, they realized the annihilations weren't random. They were precise, calculated. Each civilization had been eliminated at exactly the moment they developed the capability to travel beyond their home star system. Each had been extinguished before they could pose a threat to the larger galactic community. The technology used in these destructions was terrifying in its precision. Instead of crude planetary bombardment or super-weapon annihilation, the civilizations appeared to have been undone through subtle interventions in their fundamental physics. Star systems destabilized from within, planetary cores disrupted through mechanisms unknown. Space-time itself appeared to have been manipulated to tear apart entire civilizations. Dr. Elena Volkov, the astronomer who analyzed these destruction sites, made an observation that sent shivers through the scientific community. The precision suggests intelligence operating according to some kind of quota system, as if someone is maintaining a cosmic equilibrium, ensuring that no civilization grows too powerful, preventing any single species from achieving dominance. The question became inescapable. Were these the acts of the same intelligence transmitting the signals Webb had detected? Were the watchers in our solar system mere servants of some larger cosmic power? A galactic police force maintaining order through systematic elimination of rising civilizations? Webb's data suggested something even worse. Several of the destroyed civilizations showed evidence of having attempted to resist their annihilation. Massive defensive structures built in their final days, weapon platforms constructed with the desperation of a species facing extinction. But all of these defenses had failed. Nothing could withstand the power of whatever had destroyed them. One particularly well-preserved site showed evidence of a space battle of incomprehensible scale. Debris fields spanning an entire solar system. Orbital fortifications destroyed in geometric patterns. Weapon impacts so powerful they had left scars on planet surfaces that remained visible after millions of years. The civilization that had fought this final battle appeared to have destroyed their own star before allowing themselves to be captured or enslaved. They had weaponized the very furnace of their solar system, turning it into a supernova. It was an act of ultimate defiance, and it had failed. The civilization had been erased regardless.
Reality itself has been engineered. Deep in the Orion Nebula, James Webb detected something that shattered the last illusions of a naturally formed universe. Massive structures spanning hundreds of light years. Constructions so enormous they made Dyson spheres look like children's toys.
architectural megaprojects apparently designed to manipulate the very structure of space-time itself. The largest structure was a ring rotating around a dead star. Constructed from materials that don't exist in nature, the ring's circumference stretched across 2 light years. Its surface was covered in patterns that appeared to be writing or mathematical equations, but at a scale so vast that individual characters were the size of solar systems. When Webb analyzed the ring's composition, researchers found that it was actively generating exotic matter, materials with negative energy density that exist only in theoretical physics. The structure was apparently siphoning energy from space-time itself, creating a cascade effect that was slowly destabilizing the star at its center. But this was only the beginning. Further surveys revealed that this enormous ring was connected to similar megastructures throughout the galaxy. A vast network of impossible architecture apparently built to solve a problem of unimaginable scale. The connections between these structures created a pattern that made no sense when analyzed in 3 dimensions, but became clear when examined in higher dimensional mathematics. The network appeared to be a computational system, a cosmic-scale computer processing information across light years of distance. And it was still operational, still processing, still connected to something vast and incomprehensible that existed beyond normal space-time. Dr. James Patterson, the theoretical physicist leading the analysis, proposed a theory that seemed impossible yet fit every piece of evidence. The universe, or at least our region of it, had been deliberately constructed. Not by natural processes, but by an intelligence so advanced that we could only perceive the faintest echoes of their engineering. The megastructures weren't just monuments or artifacts, they were active machinery maintaining the fundamental constants of physics in our region of space. The precise gravitational strength, the cosmological constant, the structure of quantum fields, all of it appeared to be maintained by vast engineering projects operating on scales that dwarfed galaxies. What made this discovery truly disturbing was the implication that if someone was maintaining these constants, then someone could change them. The laws of physics that seemed universal and immutable weren't laws at all. They were settings, parameters in a cosmic system that could be adjusted by whoever controlled the machinery. The network also showed signs of age, deterioration. Some sections were no longer functioning properly. Others appeared to be conducting emergency repairs, routing power through alternative pathways, seemingly buying time before some kind of failure or cascade event. Additional analysis revealed that the network was expanding outward. New structures were being constructed. The computational load was increasing. The entire system appeared to be building up towards something, processing towards some kind of conclusion or event that would occur at a specific point in the future. Webb's pattern recognition algorithms dated the oldest structures to approximately 12 billion years ago, before our galaxy fully formed, before most of the stars currently visible had even ignited. Someone had been engineering reality itself since the universe was young, and they were still doing it, still maintaining it, still preparing it for something.
The history of existence is written in light years. Hidden beneath layers of cosmic dust in the ancient regions of space, James Webb discovered something that transcended even the megastructures themselves.
It's not random.
A vast archive of information. A cosmic library containing the complete recorded history of the universe, or at least of this region of it. The archive wasn't physical in any conventional sense. It appeared to be encoded into the structure of space-time itself, stored in patterns of dimensional folding that created petabytes of information density per cubic micrometer. To access it, one needed more than telescopes. One needed understanding of mathematics that humanity hadn't yet developed. But Webb's artificial intelligence systems, trained on quantum computational principles, managed to extract fragments of the archive's contents. What they found was staggering. Complete civilizational records for every destroyed culture the observatory had observed. Catalogs of species, archaeological databases spanning billions of years, and something else. Something encoded in a way that suggested it was intended to be found. A message, a warning, a confession. The archive revealed the truth about the universe's custodians. They weren't aliens in any conventional sense. They were something far older, something that had existed since before the first stars ignited. They were, or had been, the universe's original architects. And they had left their civilization eons ago to pursue projects so vast that individual galaxies were merely pixels in their grand design. The archive contained records of a catastrophic event that had occurred approximately 13 billion years ago. An accident during the universe's construction. A mistake in the fundamental algorithms that governed physical law. And the custodians had spent the eons since then trying to fix it. Every destroyed civilization, every maintained constant, every megastructure, every hidden watcher, all of it was part of a desperate repair effort. The universe, according to the archive, was gradually destabilizing. The early mistake in its construction was creating a cascade failure that would eventually render all of space-time unstable. And the custodians had been attempting to maintain the system, to slow the degradation, to buy time for a solution. The destroyed civilizations hadn't been randomly selected. They had been eliminated because their existence, their specific technological developments, their unique physics experiments all posed risks to the fragile stability the custodians were trying to maintain. Every rising civilization was a threat. Each one represented unknown variables that could accelerate the universe's collapse. The most disturbing revelation in the archive was a timeline,
It's not
a
random.
prediction. The custodians had calculated the universe's remaining lifespan, the date when even their engineering couldn't maintain stability any longer, when the cascade failure would finally overwhelm all containment efforts. That date was approximately 47,000 years in the future. Within the span of a few thousand human generations, the structure of reality itself would begin to unravel. Stars would destabilize, galaxies would begin to tear apart,
and eventually space-time itself would undergo a catastrophic phase transition, converting all matter and energy into a form that would make the concept of universe meaningless. The archive also contained a final message. Whether directed at humanity or simply left for any species that might eventually discover it remained unclear. The message was simple. It said, "We are sorry. We have failed. We will try again."
Something is waking up in the deep darkness. As James Webb continued its observations, the team detected something new, a change in the signal patterns. The 847 cosmic broadcasts had shifted again. They were no longer transmitting according to predetermined schedules. They were responding to something, reacting to stimuli, becoming unpredictable. And then the structures in our solar system began to move. The watchers hidden in Saturn's rings activated their full sensor arrays simultaneously. The structures near Jupiter altered their orbital paths. The distant constructs in the Oort cloud accelerated toward the inner solar system. Something had triggered them. Some threshold had been crossed. Some condition in Webb's observations had been perceived by the cosmic network, and it was responding. The activation appeared to be directed toward Earth, not in a threatening manner, but in a focused, observational way, as if the universe's custodians had finally decided that humanity had become important enough to warrant direct attention. Dr. Chen's team worked frantically to understand what Webb's observations had triggered. They reviewed every scan, every image, every data point collected in the past months. The breakthrough came when they realized Webb itself had been observed. The telescope's observations of the universe, its discovery of the signals, the archive, the megastructures, all of it had been detected by the monitoring network. Webb hadn't just been looking at the universe had been looking back through Webb's instruments, studying the observers, studying it. And now it knew.
It's not random.
It knew that humanity was becoming aware, that consciousness on Earth had achieved a new level of understanding, that we were approaching the threshold. Within days, the cosmic network's transmissions intensified dramatically. Signals multiplied. The megastructure's computational load increased to critical levels. Something massive was being calculated. Some cosmic event was being processed through the universe's vast machinery. And then, a new signal emerged. This one was different from all the others. This one was directed specifically at Earth, specifically at the James Webb Observatory. It carried a simple message encoded in mathematics that the observatory's AI could partially decode. You are witnessing. You are understanding. You have seen what no other civilization has been permitted to see. The choice is now yours. Ascend or descend. Continue or cease. The threshold approaches, and you must decide what role your species will play in what comes next. The message was a fork in the path, an invitation, a warning. The universe's custodians were offering humanity something unprecedented, a choice in its own fate. Whether to join the cosmic guardianship, whether to assist in maintaining the universe's failing systems, whether to participate in the desperate work of preventing reality's collapse, or to ignore the offer, to continue as if nothing had changed, to let humanity's destiny unfold without cosmic intervention, and to face whatever consequences such a choice would bring. Dr. Chen understood the magnitude of what lay before her. The decision wasn't hers alone. It would have to be made by all of humanity, all of our governments, our cultures, our religions, our individual consciousness. The universe was offering us a role in its survival, and we had to choose whether to accept.
The future is being decided right now. As Webb continued its observations, the signal from the cosmic network intensified. The message became clearer. Humanity had reached a specific evolutionary threshold. We had developed the technology to observe the cosmos on scales previously invisible to us. We had discovered the truth about reality's nature and our place within it. We had evolved from a species that looked at the stars in ignorance to a species that could understand what the stars were trying to tell us. The universe's custodians were offering us a test, not of weapons or military might, but of wisdom, of our ability to choose responsibility over exploitation, to opt for preservation over consumption, to understand that our evolution was connected to the evolution of everything around us. If we failed the test, if we chose to exploit the knowledge Webb had uncovered, to weaponize the cosmic signals, to attempt to control the megastructures, humanity would be eliminated. Not out of malice, but out of necessity. We would join the 10,000 other civilizations whose remains scattered across the cosmic graveyard. We would become another data point in the universe's archive, another cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked expansion. If we passed the test, if we chose to participate in the cosmic maintenance effort, to help stabilize the failing universe, to work toward the slowdown of the cascade failure, we would transcend our current existence. We would join a community of intelligence that spanned the galaxy. We would become guardians of reality itself.
Webb's observations showed that the universe was already changing in response to our awareness of it. The megastructures were beginning to shift their operations. The network's computational patterns were reconfiguring. Reality itself seemed to be holding its breath, waiting to see what choice humanity would make. The astronomers at the observatory understood that they were witnessing a moment of unprecedented cosmic significance. But they also realized they were powerless to make the decision alone. This wasn't a question for scientists, it was a question for all of humanity. Every individual, in their own way, would contribute to the collective choice that would determine our species' fate. Messages began to flow to observatories, governments, and organizations around the world. The evidence, the signals, the archive, the offer, the deadline. Everything Webb had discovered was now public knowledge. Humanity had to decide together what came next. In the silent chambers of the universe, in the rotating megastructures that spanned light years, in the quantum matrices that processed cosmic data, something waited. The universe's oldest intelligence, having watched and maintained and repaired for billions of years, finally paused to see what the young species on the small blue world would do. The stars held still, the cosmic signals went silent, the machines of creation paused in their eternal work, and Earth turned on its axis, carrying millions of eyes looking upward, all wondering the same thing. What will we choose? The universe was listening. We stand at the edge of understanding. James Webb has pulled back the curtain on reality's deepest secrets. It has shown us that we are not alone, that we are not forgotten, that we are not insignificant in the grand machinery of existence. The telescope has revealed a cosmos far stranger, far older, and far more purposeful than our greatest minds had imagined. Behind every star lies history. Behind every galaxy lies intelligence. Behind every photon lies intention. We are no longer simply observers of the universe. We are participants in its fate. The watchers have extended their hand. The choice is ours. In the weeks and months that follow Webb's greatest discovery, humanity will face a choice more profound than any in our history. We will decide not just the future of our species, but the future of reality itself. And as we make that choice, something ancient and patient will be watching, waiting, knowing that whatever we decide, we will finally understand our place in a universe far more wonderful and terrible than we ever dared to imagine. The telescope's work is just beginning, and the real story, the story of what happens next, is about to unfold.